Houston, David.
Thank you.
So glad to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Big show coming up, huh?
Yeah, I do have a big show. I ate huevos rancheros this morning, and I think something is stuck on my mustache. So, that's what I'm smelling.
Well, things are smelling. I tell you what, things are sticking to everybody these days because here in Houston we're dealing with heat and with the drought. It's a terrible situation.
I didn't know there was a drought, but I was informed of all that by my limo driver at midnight. Gave me the update. I mean, I've been to Houston several times, and usually it's steamy heat. So.
Yeah, we don't need the humidity, but I guess we take it back if we get some rain.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's very hot. In LA, it's kind of misty, marine layer, 70-ish. So for the moment, this is all right.
Well, all the talk around here, and especially since this will air, Anthony Weiner probably will have stepped down when next we speak. So, well, your thoughts on Weinergate?
A bit of a distraction, perhaps maybe step down. It's time. I believed him the first day because I just was like, all right, maybe it is a hoax. Maybe it's a Twitter thing. It's easy to do. I like a lot of people. I think, okay, but then I started watching. I didn't really see the pictures until just a few days ago. I didn't really read the transcript until about just a few days ago. Once I did that, it was like, yeah, you kind of have to go now. But I mean, for most of it, it was like, if it's a personal affair, then we should separate it. But I think it is a tad bit of a distraction.
It's been like a major gift to comedians.
Oh, it is. Well, it's too much. It's too much. Sometimes we're given too big a gift. I mean, that's one family meeting I would love to be privy to. Honey, welcome home. Little things have happened. I just need to tell you a couple things.
Before you hear it in the news.
Exactly, you're going to hear something. It's not that bad, yeah.
Yeah, another A game out there from Anthony Weiner to Arnold.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. To me, that's the bigger. What can I say? To be serious, to me, that's a bigger character flaw because it's so Shakespearean. You know what I mean? It's the maid in your house. She's pregnant along with your wife. Ooh.
Shouldn't he have been afraid of Maria?
Shouldn't he be dead? Shouldn't he be dead? I mean, please, how do you survive that?
Arnold's a guns rights man, too.
I guess, man. No woman I've ever been with would have been like, okay. I don't know what to think on that. I mean, again, seriously, gut reaction is, I feel like his wife had to know something. I'm curious. I mean, we may never know what really went down, how much she knew or didn't know, but that to me is just, oh my gosh. I don't want to be near it. I mean, I don't want to be near it. I'm amazed. I mean, I don't have a lot of material on both of those things, but really?
What would your wife do to you?
More on the Wiener thing.
What would your wife do to you if you pulled a stunt?
Before she called the lawyers, it would be blunt objects. I have a large, I cook a lot, so that's what I always. I have a lot of cooking knives, so I would be scared. I wouldn't have that family meeting in the kitchen.
Yeah. Pots and pans are
weapons too. One of the things I always do when I go to bed, whenever I've been cooking and I have my chef knife, I never leave it on the counter because I'm like, well, what if someone breaks in? And they're going to kill me with my knife because I got to put it back in the knife block, which is 2 feet away. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but I'm like, yeah.
Shame you don't let blood on that. Perfect.
Exactly. Well, you don't want to give them any ideas. Let them search around and go, I need this chef knife.
In the film or the book, the Barack Like Me, you suggest that maybe the president should quit while he's ahead. You did that, I think, early on.
Well, that was 2 weeks into the presidency.
And yeah, I mean, you think maybe he wishes he'd listened now?
I don't know. I mean, that book feels like when I was flipping through it the other day, 1,000,000 years ago. It was only 2008, but wow, this historic moment, first black president. One of the things I enjoyed about the change in the country was after a few months, he was just the president. You know what I mean? Which is, to me, the greatest sign of change. It was not, oh, he passed that law like a black man. No, it was just president. You either agreed or disagreed. Now, I don't know. There's like, 2 weeks ago, there were 2 Republican candidates. Now there's 7. Aren't you guys running too?
7 and counting.
Yes, everyone.
I'm joining next week.
As we speak, everyone's throwing their hat in. So I don't know. I mean, I think the economy thing, again, things are changing. So after the Osama bin Laden thing, I was like, oh, he's golden. He's going to be reelected. Now, what, a month later, the economy doesn't look good, and that's really an indicator for everyone. But I don't see a strong Republican frontrunner yet. I guess it's Mitt Romney, which
So far, what do you think of the GOP contenders? Any of them jump out at you?
yeah, Michelle Bachmann, she'd be the most fun because she's, you know, a lightning rod. I wish Sarah Palin would run.
Well, she's yeah. Well, now that she's
Just
out there ringing the
imagine
bells.
her exactly, her speech. Her founding fathers and mothers, and with the cell phones back in the 1800s. Geez. Yeah, I think she would be wonderful to watch.
Such a gap between blue and red, left and right. Any way to bridge that in your mind?
I wish, I hope, you know, a couple of years ago, listen, I'm just an American. I don't want to be corny. I really just want what's best for the country. And I really would hope for a few months that our leaders would get together and do that. But no, I just think it's two teams fighting. They'll undercut each other to win, not for the betterment of our country, unfortunately.
Your show cover a lot of politics. Anything else of note?
A bit, but it's funny. I don't want people to think like we went there and it was a lecture. There was a question and answer. No, I'm not Glenn Black. No, I'm
No
funny.
quiz.
It's funny. No, it's funny. It's funny. These are my personal interests, in my heart. But no, I'm a father. I'm an old young father. You know, I have a young daughter who's 3.5 who gives me much more material than Wiener could ever give me. Yeah.
Well, I think so much humor today has become very, very sharp-tongued. It's mean-spirited in so many
Yeah.
cases. I'm wondering, is that just because the audience, is that what the audience wants, or is it because it's easier to do when you got to put out a show every night, another monologue? What do you think?
Well, it's a duo. What are the first two questions you asked me? The first two questions you asked me are about Wiener and Schwarzenegger. We're in a more sharp-tongued, mean-spirited world. I mean, when I was a kid, people were doing these things, but they weren't in your face. I mean, the whole thing about Twitter is if anything happens, like this Wiener thing, think of it, the most obvious joke, that is done in 2 seconds. I tweeted a joke about, I think it was Schwarzenegger, in 7 minutes, and the response was, "Oh, you're old. You're late." Because it was 7 minutes.
Wow.
Millions of people, that's the speed of information, and I think that's part of it. To constantly run ahead and be ahead of this pack. I have to say it before someone else says it, which doesn't require or afford a lot of thought and introspection. You just gotta, throw stuff against the wall.
Do you think Tracy Morgan's going to be able to come back from that anti-gay slur that he had out
I
there?
think he will, because he's going to anti-gay college. They put him in prison, rather.
Called rehab?
Exactly. He's going to gay rehab, because he has gone all the way through it. And again, there was a time when you could say stuff. I in no way support, what he said, but again, it's out there. You have to assume. Just like there's a guy filming me now, that in every moment you're being filmed. You don't have the luxury to say. You can say what you want when you want, but you have to accept the responsibility of those words, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction.
Yes, and as a parent, I can now say to my daughter, "They're filming you. You may not know it, but trust me. All I got to do is YouTube you. I'll find out what you did today."
Well, David, you look good, so don't worry about the
Thank
video.
you.
Welcome back to Houston. Glad to have you here.
I shall bring rain.
Comedy Improv.
Excellent.
Yes.
Through Sunday.
Yes, through Sunday.
All right, good
Have a
luck.
blast.
Thanks.
Thank you.